but I try not to focus entirely on the drama unless it's like it's pulled me, it's hyper vortexed me into its soulless clutches, and then at which point, yes, there's nothing I can do except comment on it. But I do try, and I want to start trying harder, and hopefully imparting to you, to anyone listening, to anyone, if you're watching this at home or on your cell phone, or you're on the turlet right now, you know, and you're just making some fine turlet wine or whatever it is, whatever you're doing, that I think all of us could work a little bit more towards that. Here's something I want to talk about when it comes to leftist infighting, though, because that's something that's happening en masse right now. I don't know if any of you have checked out the Twitter sphere, and this is separate from the Sock Done Left hit piece. BreadTube? Okay, did not like the tweet, I'm sorry. Debate. Like, that actually might emphasize it. BreadTube, by the way, if you didn't know this, BreadTube is effectively the name of a Reddit thread. And that Reddit thread was one that was starting to highlight any of the videos that would be present in YouTube during the dark time. It was the dark ages of YouTube, when the entire platform was dominated by the alt-right, or even the right to far right. They had it all. And there was a couple of smaller creators who were up and coming, people like Three Arrows, Sean, H Bomber Guy, ContraPoints, Abigail Thorne, all of them. They were producing content that was in opposition to a lot of the very popular, here is me crushing and destroying the liberal mindset at this college. Here's me eviscerating and drinking the liberal tears with Jordan Peterson. Here's me dehumanizing trans people with Jordan Peterson. They would be in opposition to that. And then they were starting out, and it was a place that was a small Reddit thread that was highlighting those videos. Basically pushing those videos out in order to get people to understand the ideas more, in order to get people to get more interested in these kind of ideas. And since it's grown enormously, now the Reddit thread has got over like 100,000, might even be 120,000 or 130,000 people, and it highlights content creators of all different kinds of the leftist spectrum. All right, there's a lot of different lefties on there. God damn, McDonald's, you are making my ADHD distracted. Okay, that's a little bit better. So that's basically what BreadTube was. I don't know if everyone here remembers what it was like when a little-known senator from Vermont was running for the president of the United States. I know it seems like ages ago, it seems like centuries ago, but I don't know if everyone here remembers what that experience was like. Because I do. It was a happier time. It was a pre-COVID, pre-nightmare world. It was a different timeline, okay? It was, but it was a happier time for one big reason to me. It seemed like every faction of the left, the anarchists, the anarcho-communists, the Marxist-Leninists, the socialists, even some of the SOCDEM cuties who are on the outer lines, who are just waiting to get a little bit more knowledge so they can get pushed over into class consciousness, the libertarian anarchists, the libertarian socialists, every single one of them, they were all working together. We had a common enemy. We had a common goal. And that goal was to get a SOCDEM, a social democrat, into the presidency of the United States. For some people, that was a compromise, and I understand that, obviously. Everyone wants things to go further than social democracy. I personally do. But that was the idea, and that was something that we could all work towards. And instead of fighting each other on a daily basis, we were fighting conservatives, and we were fighting libs alike, on both sides. But we were united in that. We were united in attacking those two groups. Things have changed quite a bit since then. They've changed quite a bit. And now, we mostly fight each other. Mostly. I go on to Twitter on any given day, and there's some new drama that started up. And people always ask me, Lance, can you comment on Drama X? Can you comment on this? And within the world of Twitch, holy smokes, it's drama within drama. It's drama to meta levels. It's drama unlike anything you've ever seen. Any given group on Twitch is currently involved in drama against some other group. And I'm talking about people in the same, supposedly the same political spheres. All day, every single day. There's like there's 15 parallel drama stories and streams that are going on right now between people, and one person will do an expose or talk about a drama thing, and then the next day someone else will respond, and then there'll be a panel, and then they'll fight on the panel, and then there'll be a panel about the panel, and then there'll be a panel about the panel about the panel, and then someone else will show it, and then it'll get all the way to some big content creator like Vosh or Destiny will find out about it, and then they'll do a little video on it, and once that happens, then it's exploded into the ether. And one of the reasons I get criticism consistently is like, Lance, why won't you cancel Creator X? Creator X has done this. Or Lance, why won't you cancel Creator Y or something? And to be completely honest, a lot of the time, what I'm trying to do is to slow down the cesspool of high school-like activity, of high school-like drama farming. Like, if you want me to comment on Chud Logic's drama between him and Dylan Burns and how they affected X person and then Z person came into that, and then Joe Lewis had intersected into this, and then that became a whole thing, and now Lottie is involved as like consistently asking me to do that. My goal in all of this is first and foremost, I want to educate and entertain you simultaneously, because that it brings me joy as well. It brings me joy to know that people can leave this experience a little bit more informed and a little bit happier about their lives, or at least in a better mood than when they came in, or something like that. That genuinely makes me happy. It's egotistical as well. It's not just altruism. It's because it feeds me empathy goo, and it makes my empathy goo more powerful. So that's kind of the point. But to get roped into that shit, and I do. I'm not saying I'm above it. I get roped into it all. I try to focus typically on drama that happens in circles outside of the left. You can look towards the drama I do talk about. It's usually YouTuber drama, or like, you know, drama involving famous individuals, or drama involving like right-wingers, or drama involving liberals. But I try not to focus entirely on the drama unless it's like it's pulled me, it's hyper vortexed me into its soulless clutches, and then at which point, yes, there's nothing I can do except comment on it. But I do try, and I want to start trying harder, and hopefully imparting to you, to anyone listening, to anyone, if you're watching this at home or on your cell phone, or you're on the turlet right now, you know, and you're just making some fine turlet wine or whatever it is, whatever you're doing, that I think all of us could work a little bit more towards that. I think we've lost our way, and I think we're fighting, like, Chapo Trap House is fighting Pod Damn America right now. What is it? Brie Larson is fighting Benjamin Dixon. X person is fighting Y person. B person is fighting you know, every single day. It seems the left is either fighting the left or they're cannibalizing themselves, or something to this effect. I'll give you a pretty strong example here. Okay, I this morning was emailed a 10-minute conversation that was recorded in someone's public voice channel, a 10-minute conversation where they said probably 10 minutes of the worst stuff that someone has said to me that isn't on the right to far right. Okay, people in the right wing who hate me, they'll email me things like, you know, beyond the like go kill yourself in Roblox and stuff like that. They'll email me stuff where they try to insult me with things that I do not even consider insults. They'll be like, oh, you're so autistic, or oh, Lance, you look like trans, or something like that. And then I'm like, yeah, that's not insults. Those things are based. I'm not hurt by you trying to use that on me. But anyways, it was 10 minutes recorded of a very prominent other content creator who was just saying the worst possible things about me for 10 minutes. And obviously, beyond being shocked by it and just really taken aback, and holy shit, I didn't know that was the things that were in your heart. But okay, you know, the mask is off. I wanted to immediately on the spot begin creating a huge thing about this. I was like, all right, fuck, I'm gonna put this on blast. You know, I'm gonna do a segment. I'm gonna wait until like the middle of the stream when the numbers are high, get to my 1K Andy area, and then once I've reached that, I'm gonna put this on blast. I'm gonna play the whole thing start to finish, and then I'm gonna rip into them. I'm gonna make fun of them. I'm gonna pull up other clips of them that I know about that exist on the internet. I'm gonna turn this into a whole thing. It's gonna be a whole big old thing. And then luckily I had that moment of clarity. They're not often, you know, I'll be totally frank. They're not often. They don't occur every single day. But I had that moment where I actually was like, and then what? Genuinely, and then what? Then that other big content creator is going to watch the video that I made on them. They're going to make a video on me. They're probably going to make a whole segment on me. And then they're going to pull up clips, or they're going to pull up things that they thought I've done wrong in the past. And then that's going to be a whole thing. And that's going to infuriate me to the point where I'm going to make an even worse video on them. And then collectively, what have we done? What are either of us, like, we've generated a lot of views. We'll certainly create a huge drama arc that'll pull everybody in. It does every time. You know, people can't wait. The blood is pure. I get it. But I genuinely was like, it's one of those things where, like, everyone right now, I feel, is in a bad way. And I mean that, like, that's valid whether you have a comfy life like myself. I cannot compare myself to what the situation is like in India in any way, shape, or form. I'm obscenely privileged. Obscenely privileged. I'm going through this entire experience, being able to work at home, loving my job. I have a lovely partner who I live with. My parents are healthy. All that kind of shit. I'm obscenely. But even if you are in all those cases, it's completely valid to feel scared or depressed or lonely or anxious or any of those many things. And I feel like that is, like, it's preying on all of us, you know? It's infecting our minds and infecting the way we interact with each other and infecting our behavior online as well. Our behavior online is already so finely tuned to be vicious to each other. I mean, it's how Twitter as an algorithmic entire machine is now designed. It gets engagement, it gets clicks, it gets blood, it gets more people engaged, and then they get pulled in, and then they make their own drama, and then you fight each other, and then you hate each other, and then we're all mad. And then we're all mad all the time. We're mad, just like the term doom scrolling is entirely fucking true. Like, how often do you sit there? I've spent almost an hour sometimes when I look at the clock and I'm like, holy fuck, I have not done any work for an hour and I've just been doom scrolling and I'm so goddamn mad. I'm so mad at this. I'm so mad at this person. How could this person say this about this other person? But it's not actually furthering anything. I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm not saying in any way, shape, or form I'm ever going to stop because I'm addicted. I am. This is me straight up saying I am addicted to the serotonin that is released upon that. But I'm saying that if that is the way, then maybe I'm going to have to focus it better. I'm going to have to stop focusing it on other people in the same spheres, people who otherwise would be tactical allies, to be totally honest with you. There are content creators whose stuff I do not like. There are content creators whose personalities I do not like. In fact, there are some people where I'm like, just fucking, I do not want to see another clip of this individual pop up in my timeline. But at the same time, if you're advocating to get to some point towards the same things as me, then maybe I just need to leave it alone. Maybe I need to take a step back. I'm not saying I'm going to stop calling out Glenn Greenwald when Glenn Greenwald is doing things, because I don't even think he's a leftist. I think there's a big difference there, all right? But what I am saying is that I think there are other people who, again, this is one situation in which I'm saying outright, I could have made this into a whole thing, and I wanted to. I wanted to blow this up into a whole thing, and again, it's probably better for me to talk about, you know, like John Garrison just said in the thing. Talk about unionization efforts. Talk about minimum wage, inequality, systemic racism, systemic poverty, ways to alleviate those. All that stuff. You know, it's more important at the end of the day. At least I feel.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Hey, do you like movies? Do you like Serfs? Do you want movies and Serfs watching the movies? So then come over to the new channels. It's the Serfs Cinema. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Can you do the thing, you know, that thumbs up and comment and all those things that help us out in the algorithm that controls every aspect of our lives? Also, if you happen to have a Facebook account, can you delete it? Like, just delete it. You should probably delete your Facebook account because it's not a great company. But hey, if you can't do that for whatever reason, I understand. And could you also go to facebook.com/thesurftimes then and give us a little like and a follow. We're just trying to push back against the fact that people like Ben Shapiro happen to dominate the platform entirely. And when everyone asks, why do older generations believe the things they believe? One of the problems is the majority of them on social media use Facebook. So to counter that, we're just going to be on there too now. Also, if you happen to have a union or a worker co-op or even a leftist project, podcast, website, Zoom, MySpace, it doesn't matter. We will advertise it for free on this channel. All you got to do is go to weareserfs.com and use the forms that we got there, weareserfs.com. Thanks, everybody.
To our gods, I'm Raft and Xander Corvus. We shall build golden idols in your honor. To our monarch, Tom Spiker. Our soft, spongy flesh is yours to command. To our lords, Evan Nudie, Trevor R., Alexander Thaler, Ryan Lubin, Bisexual Black Gamer, Toe Fox, and Jeffrey Lamb, we proudly carry your sigils onto the battlefield. And to our Knights of the Round Table, Riley and Anna, Poodlehawk, Multi Mondi, Timothy Hart, Trevor Janis, Lemmy 101, Anthropophagic, Saren 42, Chronic to Hemphog, Callie Kotka, The Great Pudini, Von Janny, Catherine, Radical Maniac, Ramon Acosta, Encosin, J. Fraser Cartwright, Jimmy Bignuts, Violent Orchard, Sophie Baby, Political Puppy, Andreas Chiringuito, Zach Christensen, Nicholas Marks, Jopi, Josh Mickelson, Melissa Murphy, Todd Buckingham, Todd LaJeunesse, and Constance Joyce Lacheris. We tip our cap and lift our mug and salute you.